Okay, one thing you all might have noticed and wondered when I was going to get around to it is I haven't saved the document yet. So a great way to learn is from your own or other people's mistakes. So you guys can learn from my major mistake here. We've done so much work, we really would be risking wasting all of that time and starting again. So you would go back up into File, Save, create a file name and a place to store that. I would assume that you guys are right with that function. You can see here I've saved it as Evoke Safety Policy Manual. So I just chose to save that on the desktop. Right, just in case, we're just going to take a minute. We're just going to do a save as, which would create a second copy onto the desktop. And you can see though I've already created that there. So you just would hit save, then choose the location. You can also adjust the type. So this is a docx, which is a 2010 Word version, but depends on your target audience. If it's a policy manual for your company, all of the computers in the company would have it defaulted to the same one and they'd be able to open up all the features. But if it was a document that you were sending to a client, you would always, as best practice, even save it as a .doc. And at the very end, probably also change it to a PDF before you'd release it to any clients, because you don't want, you actually want them to get an end view that they can never edit. So look, there's just a couple of little ideas about saving, but yeah, big oops, my bad. Make sure you save your document. All right, so here we are in our first topic, and we're going to now start adding some of the content information. So under the regulator, we now need to demonstrate how you can browse websites and bring information across, create hyperlinks, that type of fun stuff. So for a moment, we're just going to come down to the bottom here. I'm using Google Chrome. You might have Internet Explorer, whichever web browser is set up on your computer is fine. So my icon just looks like this because I use Google Chrome. You might use Firefox, whatever. And I've typed in Safe Work Australia, and this is their homepage. So here you find a regulator in your state or territory that your company is based in. So for the moment, Evoke is based in Queensland. We would do this, but you of course at this point work with whichever regulator your company is based in. So clicking on Queensland, now we have a whole heap of information we're going to copy and paste into our policy. So we're going to talk about the role of the regulator, because your audience isn't going to know what a regulator does. Okay. Right click copy, go back into your document there, right click. Now keep source formatting, merge the formatting, or keep the text only. I think because we get the previews at the moment, just merge formatting's fine. So that way we're getting the formatting of the dot points, plus we're merging the formatting of this document where it should be normal. Yeah, it's using the Arial 11 standardized Evoke print. So yeah, that's the best one there to use. So now we've got some information about the regulator there. It's responsible for improving workplace health and safety in Queensland and helping reduce the risk of workers being killed or injured on the job, enforce the safety laws, investigate fatalities and serious injuries, prosecute breaches of legislation. So that's the bit where your company might be fined, or perhaps one of the managers may even be imprisoned if it's found to be a serious breach of the law. And look, a main function though is to educate employees and employers. So either the managers or the employees can contact the regulator and ask questions about health and safety. So this is why it's really important to have that in your manual. And you also want to contact details. So you just write to contact, click here. Link. So I'm going to highlight the word here, just opening up my ribbon here on the right hand side again, and insert hyperlink. Now in 2010 it's lovely and coloured. In 2000 and Microsoft Word 2013 it may look slightly different. So hyperlink, and we're going to give a URL address for an existing file or web page this time. So we'll just quickly zoom back to that URL address, highlight it, right click, copy, back down into our Word document. I've got a few open at the moment, so the one that we're working on. And we're going to right click and paste that URL address and hit OK. Now see how the word here has been given a hyperlink. You can see it's now written in blue and it's underlined, and look at that, it's the same colour blue. We're keeping it lovely and colour coordinated. So if you hover over that, that now says that you can hit Control click to follow the link. And that will in a moment take us through to that web page. And there we are. You can see that the details have come up there. And look, if you know your audience will only access the electronic copy, then you could just leave it like that. That way, if they make any changes to their contact details, you know, it saves you editing and re-editing and updating your policies all the time. But let's think about your audience. If you know that you're going to have a hard copy printout, we'll do some more copying and pasting across as well.